Okay, so what you're telling me, is this good news or is this bad news? And I think the answer is yes, it's both.
Oh, you gotta breathe, 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 breathe. Let it go and let it be.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
We're on the road. I got a dagger in my lung. Let's do this. Cause ain't no dagger gonna stop us from singing it out. Singing through the pain. We are here. We arrived at our next destination of this trip, which is North Carolina. We are actually here for something we did not know was going to happen. The timing is different than we anticipated, but thus it is here. We are here for double lung and liver transplant evaluation at Duke University Hospital, and we found out a few weeks ago that this was going to be happening, and we filmed a lot of our first thoughts, and we will be processing those, uploading those when we get back from this trip probably. But for now, we just wanted to sit down and let you guys know kind of what's happening this week. And we have about 1 million questions, and I know that Duke's gonna have 1 million questions for us. So for this week, we are going to walk through the process of this evaluation.
It's Monday through Friday, all day long of testing, meeting with surgeons, all kinds of things, and we're gonna make more videos about this whole process, but while we're here this week, we're going to be filming but not editing and uploading every day.
Right.
We have some pre-recorded videos, some related to this week, some questions and answers and that sort of thing that will be coming up for the next about 7 days here on this channel. And so
we knew that when we found out we were going to be coming for this evaluation, there are so many unknowns. And so, I mean, I have like 800 things I want to say, but like, you guys know that I have an older sister, Rachel, who had a double lung transplant 8.5 years ago. And so in some ways, we kind of know what to expect. But I say that very loosely because, one, every single person is different. Every single set of organs is different. Every hospital is different. Every surgeon is different. Every patient is different.
Yeah.
And so, number one, that was 8.5 years ago. And so the process was a little bit different then than it is now. We're at a different hospital than she was at. I'm also being evaluated for a liver transplant to see if I'm going to need a liver transplant or if my liver is going to be okay. And my sister, her liver was fine. So there's a lot of this that is unknown, and it's all new and huge. The first day that we found out, when Duke was like, now is the time you need to come for a full evaluation, that first day we were like in shock because we did not expect that. And then the second day, so the first day my mind was just all logistics. Okay, we gotta get there, we gotta do this, how are we gonna do this? Then the second day was all tears. The reality of where we're at with my health and all of that. So the process, it's been a process as we think through all of this.
Yeah. In many ways, it's like, it's sobering. We knew that we needed to explore avenues about transplant, and we will explain more of this whole process in a later video. But in our like processing of all of this, it's just been a sobering. We've communicated this, and I actually encourage you to watch our Q&A about lung transplant, or it's kind of, we answered a question about lung transplant recently, and I'll put that link to that video down in the description, because in many ways, this is not something that we're hoping is soon, or, you know, how do we communicate where we're at with this?
So let me say it this way. My doctor is still extremely hopeful that, one, there's a new medication that I may be eligible to be on for compassionate use in around September. His hope is that I will be eligible for that and I will be able to go on that medication, and that medication will be able to push back my need for transplant for many years. That is the hope. Within CF, I think the topic of lung transplant has become, I don't want to say more, it's become more well known.
Yeah.
You hear about transplants, and you often hear, well, you hear a whole bunch of different stories, but the reality is transplant is not a cure. It is not a guarantee. There are no guarantees. I have known people who have done great after transplant. I've known people who have had a ton of complications after transplant, and I know of people who have not lived past their transplant. And that is the reality. There is no flour coating it. What's the
sugar coating?
There's no sugar coating it. Transplant is not an easy fix, and it's not for everybody.
Yeah, and just to be clear about our mindset is that it is a last resort treatment option.
That's true.
And so in this journey, we knew that these were steps that we needed to take to, Mary's body is kind of considered a high risk.
Because of my liver disease.
Because of her liver, and so we knew that we needed to be proactive about starting to figure out the details, and that's why we're here.
Exactly. So yeah, big picture, our hope is that I still will not need a transplant for many years. If the timing is sooner than we anticipated, that is exactly why we are here, getting connected with the people that we need to get connected with. Duke needs to figure out, one, if my body is even a candidate, and if so, will they take me? And so we're hoping that, you know, at the end of this week, maybe we'll have more answers as far as that goes. But all of this to say, I know that you guys are gonna have a lot of questions, and we so appreciate you guys entering into our story and being invested, and we really do feel like this is a worldwide family of people within the Frey Life, and so we wanted to share this with you. We were contemplating how and when do we say this, and ultimately there's no perfect way to say it. As I've shared this with my close friends and my family, I'll say this, it's not an easy thing, and our families are sad. It's not easy being told that your body is getting weaker and declining and we need to look into transplant. That's not good news. That is the opposite of good news. However, we also know that there can be hope in this. Obviously my sister is 8.5 years post-transplant and she's doing great. But like I said, we cannot assume that my story will be the same. So we kind of hold it with the realistic aspect of no guarantees in transplant, with the possible hope of, if this is, you know, when this time comes, we will walk by faith and we will do this, and we will take it for whatever the outcome is. My sister had an extremely hard first year after transplant. There were some complications, and as you can see, 8 years later, she's doing great. But just, you know, I think it's really hard from an outside perspective. Before I knew anything about transplant, I didn't realize all that went into it. There are so many complexities to transplant that really can't be fully articulated in a short video. But our hope is that by living this out and sharing the pieces that we're able to share with you guys, that we can, one, share our story with you and continue to walk through this with you guys, and two, educate as much as we can. As we learn, share some of the things that we're learning.
Yeah. And in that process, there is the reality that we have kept this as something to personally process before we processed it with you guys over the last few weeks and month. And we want you guys to know, why we're here, what we're doing, why there's pre-recorded videos this week. And we will get to kind of explaining more in the days to come. And we just ask that you guys pray for us and come along with us on this journey. Tune into these videos for the next few days to stay connected with the Frey Life family. And we're grateful for your support of the Frey Life and that we can do this thing through the internet of sharing our journey with you guys.
Absolutely. And Ollie Boy is with my parents in Maryland. The timing of this trip worked out so perfectly. It was, it was just perfect because we knew we had Joe's graduation coming. We wanted to spend time with family, and we knew we would be coming to Duke. And all of the trips, it all lined up. And so Oliver stayed with my parents while we are here for this week. Like we said, we're going to be Monday through Friday in and out of sterile procedures, MRIs where he's not allowed, and places. It just made most sense for Ollie to stay home. He's doing great. Obviously, we're FaceTiming with him, as you do, and we trust that he's in great hands, and we will, of course, show him when we get back, and I know you guys are going to be missing him, but the pre-recorded videos you're about to watch in the next few days, of course Ollie's a part of those.
Yeah, and I think as we go into tomorrow morning, we'll be at the hospital bright and early, and it's pretty much a packed full day. And as we head into that, I think like what we're feeling in this moment is a anxious readiness for this and a sense of peace and togetherness in it. Like we just feel like we had a couple-hour drive from where my brother's graduation was this morning or this weekend to North Carolina today, and just that drive, like we were just singing in the car and just
readying our hearts, unifying our hearts, but also embracing that nervous belly. But I will say, a week or two ago, if I were to think, okay, Sunday night, May 12th, the night before we go to Duke, I thought that I would be a mess, or maybe like not feel present, be like really anxious, and I'm really not. I feel really strangely calm, and yeah, I'm totally freaking out about all the stabbing that's about to happen tomorrow. And
in the days to come.
I mean, I'm gonna be a pincushion, and I understand that, but I feel, I've processed it. I've cried. I've asked questions. My sister and I have talked about it, and although the process is gonna look different for she and for myself, she was able to put me at ease about a few things. There's a surgical procedure at the end of the week, and that's one of the things that I'm, obviously nervous about, but we're just gonna take it one day, 1 hour, one stab, one test at a time, which starts tomorrow morning, and we will leave at like 7:20 in the morning. And we're just gonna do it, and I'm actually really surprised that I didn't cry, and I think that that's good. I think that what that says is I've processed. And yeah, maybe
we'll have some videos coming up where we shared some of those moments where we processed with tears, and but I think we sat down to do this video and just prayed that we would be clear and that we could kind of communicate our hearts to you guys. And I think one of the things that just is looming over all of this week is just there's a lot of unknowns. Like we just don't know a lot, and there's a lot of like not just like the medical side of things, but even like the our lives, and we're in another state right now, considering, you know, all of the pieces to what might go into this, and it's just a lot of question marks right now. And so I think going through this week will be the next step in answering some of those questions and figuring out what next steps are.
I'm wearing this, I put this shirt on for a purpose, have courage. That's what we're gonna try to do this week. And, you know, I hope that you're watching this on Monday, and I hope that whatever kind of big looming things ahead of you, whether it's a big thing or maybe a seemingly small thing, like a big test at school or something that's causing anxiety, my hope is that we can walk through these things together. And I always say, like, God wants us to bring our burdens and our anxieties to Him, whether it's a stubbed toe or an evaluation for a double lung transplant. So whatever you are walking through, I am saying this to you. You matter, and your pain and your stress right now is valid, and we can bring this to God and He will walk with us. So that's a little glimpse of our day, our brains. It's 4 p.m. on Sunday, and we're here. So we were thinking of maybe trying to find a local church that maybe has like a night service. So maybe we'll get some groceries,
but
gear up for this week.
Thanks for tuning in, guys, and thanks for all of your love and support. And
I feel like, okay, I'm gonna loop back around one more time.
Sure.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I just feel like one of the things that I've learned over the last week, as I've told friends and family, maybe people a little bit farther removed, people that know me but don't know a whole lot about CF or transplant, it's hard to understand, okay, so what you're telling me, is this good news or is this bad news? And I think the answer is yes, it's both. This is ultimately, right now, it's not great news. It means that we're fighting for my lungs every single day, and ultimately they are declining and the medicines aren't working, and so we need to look into last resort options, which is transplant. However, transplant also can be a source of hope if all the things happen.
So in some ways it's, it's bad news that could lead to really, really good news. Or but right now it just kind of leads to a lot of unknowns.
Yes.
And that's just about like summarizing where we are right now.
Ultimately, like Peter said earlier, we are not, oh wait, I think you mentioned this. We don't want this to be happening right now. We want to delay this. Yeah. So the hope is that maybe this new medication will be able to delay this or whatever. We don't want to, you don't jump into transplant. Yeah. Your doctors don't jump into transplant. Yeah. So you guys know that 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, was the first time my doctor had mentioned transplant. And then shortly after that, my body experienced a, what is this?
Like a plateau?
Like a good, I wasn't declining anymore.
Yeah.
It sounded like I was like flatlined. I experienced some stability.
Yes.
That's the word. And so we were able to put the transplant conversation on pause. And in the last few months, that's when that transplant conversation has been unpaused. And now we are just looking into it. And
we're just taking the next steps.
Yeah. So we are going to take those next steps. Thank you for taking those next steps with us. We will be filming as much as we can this week. Woo! And as always,
we'll
see you tomorrow, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Good night.